This is a theme song.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't expect anything.
Oh boy! Oh yeah! I was having an air horn so I could announce the what was that? Different harmony. It was a different tone.
Oh boy. Welcome back.
Do it again.
I don't know what I did.
No, I reckon you can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this isn't bad.
I don't know how to sing. I don't know what pitch
This
is.
is great. I want some strawberry milk.
You could have got that. You just pressed record. You're in control of the. Anyway, I'll talk to Josh. Hi. Welcome to Don't Expect Anything, the podcast where we're drinking milk like we're babies at the titty. Across
That'd be our
across the table with me to my left. Oh, you guys have swapped positions?
No,
No. Okay.
no, we always sit here.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're running on 2 hours of sleep.
Yes.
And that's just a bit less than me, as you can tell by my. It's Joshua Grinning. How you going?
I'm good. I'm waiting to get into the delirious stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the stage where I can't feel how tired I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not anywhere near the mic. Jesus. And
Today's really off the rails.
to my right,
Hello.
pink milk
Dripping.
dripping from his jowls.
No.
It's Hugh Davies. How you going, mate?
Pink.
More is a
pinky,
good
I feel.
word.
Hmm?
Did you say more?
I did say more.
Yeah, it's a
Dripping.
good
I'm
word.
dripping more.
It's the mouth of a vicious animal.
Yeah.
Welcome
It's my
back
rap
to
name. MC Vicious Animal.
welcome back to the podcast, Vicious Animal and Josh. How's your week been?
Don't you wish dabbing was audible so they knew when we were doing it?
I could put in a sound,
What audible sound? was
just like
that?
a thwack sound.
Yeah, like a.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's been going on? How's your week been? We all live together, so we kind of know how each other's week's been. But anything that we
My
don't know
week's been
about?
strong.
Yeah?
Strong week. Yep.
Strong week.
Yep.
Cool. Joke, I guess. I guess it works in an audio format. If you know,
No, I
take that
actually
and
can't-
spell it out.
I can't recall what I've done this week.
Well, you are tired as fuck.
Yeah.
My lord.
Today I went shopping with Mama.
Oh, that's
Aw.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd work at
Rita.
7
That's the
a.m.
Netflix name.
I'd work at 7 a.m. this morning, and I went to bed about 1. I got up at 6:45. I'd get out of my bedroom, and there's Josh saying good night to me as he goes to bed at 6:45 in the morning. So,
I actually asked how much sleep you got.
oh, you did, yeah. So I just assumed that meant you had gotten some sleep too.
Yeah.
No, you just, yeah, that's fucking brutal. And Hugh, what's going on with you?
I got like eight and a half hours.
How do you feel?
Good.
Feel
I feel at ease.
Ugh, I got 5 and my head's all fuzzy.
I can feel my bones just shrinking.
Shrinking. Oh,
What?
Jesus.
You know that slow bone shrink you get
Sure, I guess.
when you're an old person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's worrisome.
Or is it the bones stay the same size and everything like shrinks around it?
we're back.
Old
We should
people
interview an old
before-
person.
Yeah.
And we've got a topic that we pulled last week. I don't remember what the gist of. Oh, Hugh's getting the jar.
the chair.
It was something about pranks.
Yeah, it was a pranky.
Pranky.
Oh, he's got the jar.
Oh,
Jar of truth. Nice.
What kind of pranks did you pull on your teachers? Any other school shenanigans?
School
school
shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Not everyone.
School
Not
shenanigans.
everyone pranked their teachers. So
No, I was a
figured-
little goody
well,
two shoes.
Yeah, we know that already. You were a good little boy.
I
Good
know.
little Catholic boy.
My goal out of
were you a good boy? Were we all little good boys?
my goal out of school was to never
little good boys.
Was
Sounds
to-
like a toy line.
wasn't to never get a detention.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go
Did you
through.
get a detention?
Never did.
I think
I was
I got
too good.
2.
2 detentions.
Yeah.
That would have been the end of my
The
life.
first one I forged my mom's signature. The
Nice.
second one
Whoa, what for? What for?
To get out of the first detention.
I
Nice.
think. We flipped a table in the library.
Okay.
We just flipped the table.
Sure. And how did that
Well, we did
correlate
it a
to your
bit-
mum's signature?
well, then when I got detention, I was someone was supposed to sign it.
Oh, so they doubled up your detention.
What do you mean?
You said you got detention for forging your mum's signature.
No. I forged my mum's signature on the detention slips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I correlate with you, Hugh?
That
made no sense.
That made no sense
Yeah,
at
okay,
all.
cool.
So we flipped the table.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
quite viciously. Like it wasn't like we turned
Why?
the table over.
Why did you flip the
Because
table?
we thought it was funny.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair
Yeah,
enough, fair enough. Yeah.
Flipping out in a random outrage
Yeah.
was the thing.
That was
of
the
the
meme.
time. That was the
Oh,
the
I
meme.
remember that
It's
week.
Yeah, we'd all be like saying for it, and then randomly someone would do something just insane.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like
Yeah.
the autistic Rick and Morty fans.
I think we'd all do it at the same time. And that's,
Oh.
like we'd all like join in and just
Yeah.
So you were just
First-
rioting.
Yeah, it was spontaneous writing.
Spontaneous writing
That's
was,
great.
was the thing of the week.
And what was your second dead tension?
Arguing with a teacher.
Arguing. What did you argue about?
I don't know, but it was political, like
Like
classroom political.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what? They were like laying down
Like
some law,
favoritism or something? Or
like
no?
some rule, and then you were like, I don't agree that this
Yeah,
rule
yeah,
should,
pretty
something
much.
like
I
that.
just like stuck to my values and like
Okay,
beliefs and
okay,
stuff.
yeah.
And I don't think he should have like continued arguing with the student.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Perspective. I think like
Sometimes
maybe
people
there was, like,
teach-
other shitty kids in the class.
I feel like teachers read breaking points, and then sometimes
Yeah.
just like even something little like
Yeah.
we just set them off.
Because it's more just like it was really just a heated debate,
Mm.
but it did like reach a point like where we had to like
Ugh.
stop because
Shit.
They had to
it was
pull
a
you
scene.
off the teacher. Go on, fucking one.
No, Josh, no! Just a bloody pulp on the ground.
Much said.
Who's gonna teach us math now?
Oh shit! No, I didn't get detention for that. I was
Oh.
going to talk to you. The detention was a fight on the bus.
Fight on the, you got into a fight?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Whose
there was
head
a
did you
kid-
knock off?
Cave in.
There was a kid who would just like stir up shit, and he was like
Yeah, I hate
picking
those. Yep.
part of the bus.
Liam
off.
Pickin? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was
He's out
picking
with a
part of the
concussion.
bus seat off,
Yeah,
and
okay.
just like throwing it at people. And like,
What a cool guy.
yeah, I know. I was like, hey, stop, dude. And he just started like rallying off. I'm like, fucking stop.
He came from a bad home.
And then he like grabbed my shirt. And I got a t-shirt.
You jumper
and we're
punched?
Just sort of
Oh.
like shaking each other.
Yeah, jumper punching.
Yeah.
When you grab the shirt, you just like
Yeah.
Rattle.
Yeah, like
Um,
kangaroos.
sure, like like kangaroos.
Yeah,
Hugh,
that was
The
sort of
North
what it
Melbourne
was.
kangaroo.
did you have any dead tensions when you were
I don't remember what I got detention for, but I do remember having one. And our detention consisted of being told to go around the school and pick stuff up. And then we bumped into our literature teacher and we just talked to him for 40 minutes and then we went home. So we didn't do any work. Because he was like, oh, what are you boys doing here? So like, we're like, oh, we're in detention. He's like, oh, fuck that. Like, just come and chat.
Oh,
So we
sweet.
just talk.
When was this? Sorry.
Like year 10,
Oh,
11,
okay.
something
Yeah,
like that.
sweet. Okay. I remember when I was in, I think it was grade prep or one. There was this kid who was like the problem child, and he wasn't like a bad kid. He was just like you know what the problem childs are like in
Yep,
prep
yep.
and stuff like. And I was trying to be a nice guy. I was friendly with everyone, so he latched onto me because I was the only person in the class who was friends to him. And then to like reward him for like good behavior, the principal and like the teacher said, well, if you behave for like a week, then at the end of the week you can miss one class, you can go outside of the class and you can pick someone. And he was like, oh cool. So he behaved 1 week. I remember this. And so he got to go to class and he got like, oh, I'll pick Jeremy. Jeremy can come with me. I'm like, oh sweet, And what his reward was he got to sweep the basketball courts. So he just started sweeping the court, and he was like, "I'm outside the classroom," and I was like, "We'll just sweep it. What the fuck is this?" I was dragged along on this kid's problem journey, and I was just sweeping sand while the wind pushed more sand behind her.
Where do you think that kid is now?
He's still sweet.
He's still there.
He's the janitor.
Yeah. He didn't leave. He got a taste for it. He was so happy. He was.
Did you skip
chuffed.
class much?
No,
Or ever?
Oh, yeah, I did.
No, never. Oh no.
Oh, no.
If we ended on like
Okay, let's from primary school to high school. I was always usually there. I was a very cordial student, and then in uni, I think I went in my last year. I went to maybe 4 classes.
Yeah, I never,
Graduated with honors.
I
So
think I went.
whoever said
I went to,
classes
like
in
3 lectures.
Classes for
in uni.
nerds.
I didn't go to lectures for the last 2 years of my uni.
Yeah.
I stopped going to lectures, and I went to I think about maybe maximum 10 classes for last semester, and I graduated with honors.
So much of year 11 and 12. Just
Yeah?
in school.
No, I wanted to be a good student. I also didn't want detention,
Yeah.
so I went to school.
If there was ever like a period, if there was ever a class,
Mm.
more like a more liberal class, where like we're walking around, the teacher's not like it's not a small classroom, the teacher's not watching everyone.
Yeah.
If that was at the end,
Mm-hmm.
that was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
just
okay, yeah.
wing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like if we had art, sort of just freeform.
I must have like not gone to a few classes,
Yeah.
but I was such a little fucking nerd. That
we
I,
weren't supposed to leave at lunch.
yeah, we weren't supposed to leave at lunch,
Yeah,
and if we had
okay.
free periods in the middle, we had to just stay in school and study.
Oh, yeah, but who did that?
That I did.
Okay, well...
Well, but that's also how I got my ATAR. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
how's your ATAR?
Oh, it's taken me to the moon and back.
Yeah.
To be honest, working at a fucking bar. Yeah, really helped me out. God, it's really sobering. Hugh,
all the time.
any scampfoolery, tomfoolery? I mean,
Or Scampery.
Or
I
Scampery.
I can't remember if it was Lincoln gunning.
Lincoln gunning?
Lincoln gunning. But we
What
just
a
because he
gun.
was because he was short,
Yeah.
we put him in a cupboard.
Wait,
like,
his name was Lincoln Gunning.
His name's
Yeah.
Lincoln Gunning. He plays.
still is Lincoln Gunning.
He's on. He plays for the Melbourne Storm, or he's the what's the
I don't know.
trainees or what? He doesn't play for the main team,
the
but
reserves?
he's the reserves. I think he's in the reserves for Melbourne Storm now.
Interesting.
Very good rugby player. Anyway,
Yeah.
Lincoln Gunning. What a
Historical name.
chief of a man. We should have him on the podcast. Continue.
Yeah, we just put him in a cupboard. Class started. He agreed to it. It was a consensual cupboard, ceremony.
Putting it in.
Hey, can someone put me in this cupboard? Oh,
Yeah, and then he was just in the cupboard for 20 minutes of the class, and then suddenly he was boom. the door's just open, and Lincoln just comes out of the cupboard. She's just like, what?
I remember in math. So math was the class that I stopped caring about after year 8 because I was bad at it, and no matter how much I tried, I just wasn't sticking.
For our American friends, that's maths.
Sure. And
Is it?
no, we're maths. They say math.
We have math.
Maths.
Yeah.
You know,
say
we
maths.
have international listeners.
Quick
How
maths.
you've always jerked me around for
I've been trying to cater the world.
yeah, and I've been like, fuck you, I'm a pessimist. Yeah, Ali and Alex, shout out to them. They were listening to us. A Spaniard and an American were listening to us while they were in England or France. I think France.
That's
So
very multicultural.
we go freaking.
We've done it. We've done it. We're global.
We're global, baby. Mr. Worldwide, indeed. But I remember in maths class, I think it might have been year 10, and Daniel, our sound engineer, who's not with us today, but from the studio,
He's no longer with us.
and a few other friends, we used to,
Rest in peace, Dan.
because the desks were just single desks, so it was just one single table in those classrooms.
Oh, wait, you had those?
Oh, and yeah, sometimes we had those. Sometimes we had the two, just a rectangular table and two people sit there. And I think this is what we did. So Dan and I would sit at that table, and we'd over the course of the hour and a half double period, we'd move the table around the classroom bit by bit without the teacher noticing. So we'd end up from the back, we'd inch it to the front, and I remember that was fun. It doesn't sound fun, but it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's
that
fun at the
sounds-
time.
Yeah.
The stuff that I remember, there was a teacher we had who would say "actually" a lot. He would just say "actually."
Oh.
So we recorded how many times he said it in a double, and it was 143 times or something.
Wait, what
I did
teacher
the
did you
same
say?
thing.
Because
I just said a teacher. I didn't say his name.
No, yeah. What was it? I'll beep it. Do you remember the teacher?
He was at Bayview, and he taught he came in and he taught humanities and something else.
No, I might not remember.
French?
Because I remember doing
remember his
that. I remember
name.
doing
He's
that
very
with another
handsome,
teacher too.
Yeah, I had a
I feel
teacher
like-
who said basically. And
Basically.
we counted, and we had classes with 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It was twice a minute.
Twice a
And,
minute. Jeez.
it went for the whole
Oh,
80
man.
minutes.
Do you reckon he's hitting a quota? Someone's is
Big
camera on him at all
basic
times?
is
Yeah.
paying him.
Yeah.
I remember in that same class as a physics class. That's irrelevant. Anyway, I had my big fur.
Physics is
my
relevant.
Oh, I remember your
At
big
the
ass
time.
afro.
And
Yeah, you should
the
be-
people behind my
Yeah,
friends
it was
behind
huge.
me were we were putting pens and stuff in it, but then
Yeah.
they kept throwing little bits of paper. I was trying to get it out, turned around, told him to stop, and he saw me turn around,
Yeah.
and I got kicked out of the class for the whole double period because I was
Wait.
talking.
Oh, what?
And I was just sitting on this chair outside the class, and the vice principal comes past, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, I told him exactly what happened."
Yeah.
And people were throwing stuff at me. I turned around and got kicked out. He's like, "Oh, all right."
Vice people don't give a fuck, dude.
I got kicked out of a fitness test and got zero out of 60 on my fitness test. For
Oh.
talking.
Test.
No, it was a sit-down paper test for fitness.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can see how I got, and it was me, Joey, Keegan, and Austin Murphy Hill in the same class.
Nice.
I think that was the four of us, and yeah, I feel so sorry for that teacher.
Oh, what happened? What did...
Oh, just we were always every class without fail, Austin Murphy Hill would ask her what you had for dinner the night before.
Oh, yeah, he did that with every
he's a
teacher.
brand of
He did-
humour with
we
him.
had French class with him. He did that every time.
which
and
just
literature.
gradually wore her down.
So I just remember this same teacher that kicked me out.
Yeah.
We had a class. We had someone in the class who would just always get on his nerves and get in trouble. And before the class had started, he's talking, and he's just what's his name? Shit, I forgot his name. Christian. He's like, "Christian, get out." He's like, "Well, I haven't done anything." He's like, "You will."
Oh,
That's funny. That's brutal.
Oh shit.
You will.
Shenanigans.
I remember not a shenanigan, but a mishap. We were in the it was grade 6. I was grade 6, hanging out with a few friends, And then I think the story's better if I
Go on.
give it at the end. So I went up to a teacher and I was looking grave. It's the middle of lunchtime and I go with two of my friends and I'm like, something really bad's happened. He's like, oh my god, come into my classroom. It's okay. So I walk in and I go, yeah, I've split my pants. And my pants have been split right down the arse crack.
How many times has this happened?
A few times. I've got a few pants rippings, but I was in a tree and then I got caught and as I was coming out the tree, it went... And so he was so worried about me, which I was like, this is a good teacher. And he got me some pants, and he was a great. But yeah, I was a goody two shoes. My stories are kind of vanilla.
Oh, well, there's the other kids doing weird stuff.
Other kids doing weird stuff.
So we had a group of people in a circle just shouting like fight. So the teachers
you've
like
told
rush
this
over.
story.
Oh yeah, there's no one fighting.
There's no one fighting.
We should have a system of if you've told the story in a podcast, you get a little like spanking or something.
Why a spanking?
It's like, oh!
Do you remember Boothy?
Tell more of this.
No. Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking barely.
Who? What?
I barely remember.
There was
Boothy.
this kid who just remained nicknamed as Boothy. Did he stab himself with a pencil on class or something?
Oh,
Stabbed
what?
himself in the
I
hand
really
with a
didn't have that
pencil?
much to do with them. So.
Oh, I didn't either. I wasn't in his class. I just heard all the stories because people were always talking about
Pray
Boothy.
tell.
And yeah, there was like he just like was a kid with like ADHD and just like couldn't sit still and was always like running and climbing shit and like screaming and like there was one class where he just like I don't know if someone dared him to do it or if he was just bored, but yeah, he just like stabbed himself in the hand with a pencil. He was like lodged in there. Just Boothy
Jesus.
things.
Oh, I remember at our last school sports day, so year 12, and that was the peak where I had stopped caring about sports day. Because I used to be sporty, and there was like year 10, 11, 12 where I stopped giving a fuck about that. So it was, and I wore a cheerleading outfit to the sports day. And we were going to do the 100-meter sprint. And we had a friend in the booth who were doing the announcements and
Not
stuff.
Boothy.
Not Boothy. Different. We had a friend who was in Booth.
Wait, is this the slow motion?
Boothy is
one?
outside.
Didn't we tell this?
Did I tell this one? Did I tell you this running story at the?
Maybe.
Should I bend over? Should I bend and spread?
Just bend, just in case.
I'll say it anyway.
I'll get the glove.
And then I'll many
Just
fans
tell
will
it and we'll
us.
spank you there. Cover all bases.
Good
Yeah.
point. So we got in the 100-meter sprint. There was like 8-person track, and I think we had a full 8. Suddenly, the Chariots of Fire song comes on.
Yep.
Do, do, do,
Yep,
do, do.
yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then we all start running in
Classic
slow
race
motion
music.
down the track, and it took us
Ah,
like 2
that's
minutes to
good.
get down there. And then at the end, I pretend
think-
to trip, and then my dress comes, my skirt came up, and we were all like,
Monroe.
yeah, we were all falling into a pile. That was really fun. That was a nice way to end my sporting career.
I remember just joining in the 1500 meters.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Drinking a soda. And I ran back past the start line. They were like, yep, good work. Keep it up. Like, because they're encouraging you when you go round again. And
Yeah.
I was just drinking a Coke and like running and I hadn't even started the race.
He wasn't at the start, but he was there at the end.
For my team.
School, yeah, I don't know. School was, I feel like I had more memories, but they're kind of fading away as I distance myself from school.
I definitely remember putting a radio, our class putting a radio, like a boombox sort of radio, like in the recycling bin, covering it with paper, and then have someone brought a transmitter in, and they like transmitted their iPod to the radio, so the teacher was talking, and then music just started playing out of the bin.
That's pretty fun.
It was pretty fun, yeah. She was like digging, like throwing all the paper up, and like getting to the bottom. And like the classrooms that used to have like textiles, the portable like classrooms, used to have textiles. They were all in a big row.
Yeah.
But then there was like 5 meters behind them that was like the back area of the school for the horticulture students who were like making their gardens and growing stuff. And yeah, so people in the like if you were in textiles and you knew someone in horticulture, you're just like passing shit in and out the windows. Like I remember it was one of Joey's mates, like someone from his class just threw an entire like pot plant in through the window and just smashed on the pot just broke on the floor,
Jesus.
dirt everywhere. Yeah.
See, I was in the accelerated learning class,
Yeah.
so we were all kind of, well, most of them were snooty or nerdy or didn't have any friends.
He's snooty.
So,
snooty man.
we never had like ADHD shenanigans like
Did you have
pots being thrown.
different like times, lunch time?
No.
They were completely
No.
segregated.
Yeah.
They got picked up in a limo.
Yeah, we didn't want to mess with
There
the
was
fucking.
a separate bus with tinted
If
windows.
I saw a non-smart, I was gonna.
Our school, the lunchtime started just a bit like off center.
What for everyone else?
From from others.
What? Who?
So they grouped, accelerated, and behind. I don't know.
Well, accelerated and regular.
Retarded.
Oh, there was like one in front and one behind.
Yeah,
and then
but
there was the rest
they
of
were
the school.
together.
They
So
were
grouped together. Yeah.
In the same class?
I think some of the classes would be different, but I think it helped to have them together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so the smarter ones would help the
Yeah. And
not
it's
as
a
smart
good
ones.
learning experience.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
And
interesting.
it also, in later years, it ended up being more of like a TAFE sort of thing.
Yep, okay, yeah. And so they
But
got
it also
lunchtimes
was all
earlier.
mixed. Yeah, and their lunchtimes was like slightly different.
Whoa, did they get bullied? Did you have any
They
bullies?
had a slightly different social group, but then eventually they blended in.
Okay. Did you have bullies culture at your school?
Um,
Is there like a big bully or like a gang?
not bully there were groups that were just a bit more rough.
Sure, yeah.
But
you
I wouldn't
always
say
have
they're
one of those.
bullies. There's not many people who go like actively out to bully.
Yep, okay.
Like people rather spend their time just with their mates.
Yeah. The only time I've come close to being bullied was my first like month at high school, and I was going to the toilet, and I went to the toilet. I just finished up, and then our campuses were split from year 7 to 9, and then there was a 10 to 12. So I was in the 7 to 9. So I was in year 7, and at least 2 year 9s come into the toilet as I'm leaving. And suddenly one grabs me and pushes me against the wall. And before I've turned around...
Sorry, what year were you in?
7.
Oh, okay.
It was nice. So it was my first month at school, at high school. Grabs me and pushes me against the wall, and these other guys behind him. And they look at me and just go, "You're right, mate." And I just like keep walking to the toilets, and I'm just like... And I don't say anything. I just like gotta wash my hands and leave. It still befuddles me. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It's still... I remember the story very clearly.
Welcome to the zoo.
Yeah. But I didn't want to be at high school in year 7. So I was just a fucking icing on the shit cake.
This reminds me of an interesting like political move my school did.
Okay.
So during around year, I think 11, they approached everyone they were suspect to be homosexual. Yeah, and they told him just like if like for your benefit, it's probably best not to tell like let it out until you're in like university, just because like the culture of the school probably not going to handle it like.
Were you in an all boys school?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So.
Well, hold on. So they pinpointed out the people they thought they were gay and told them not to be gay.
They got it, but I.
So how do you?
Approaching?
So how did you know about it?
And I was told by like some people.
Oh.
What do you think? What do you think the test was that they ran to find out that the kids were gay?
Why a teacher?
Inside the gate, there's a cutout of a man, and you have to pin close.
They go to the science
whoever
teacher.
dresses him the best.
They go to the science teacher. We need some sort of device.
Some sort of gay radar. That's the thing.
That's so odd. Like the teachers. That's kind of weird. We never had anything like that.
Yeah.
Going back to like early encounters with the like older kids, though, I remember the first going from year 9 to year 10, so like changing to the senior campus.
So from being on top of the world on the junior campus,
back in the shit again.
back to being
fish in the little pond.
Yeah, exactly. And then 3 years, and then 3 years later, being in that same position again on another campus.
And we were standing. It was like it was our first day on the campus. Like we'd been shown around and stuff, and that was lunchtime, I think. So we just got to like hang out until the next info session or whatever. We were just standing there. It was like me, Mike.
These names don't mean anything. Continue. Yeah.
I'm just my boys. I'm trying to remember my boys.
Sure.
We're all standing there, just in a little circle.
Yeah.
Full apple just hits Mike in the side of the head and
Mike,
explodes.
okay?
And I know, right? He's just like, look, and these guys just like,
He's
he's like laughing over by the canteen, and he's like covered in apple, and it's like really, like, it just really threw him off. He was really anxious.
Of course.
Could have been any one of us, and Mike had to take the apple.
Jesus. Is this
This
Mike,
one goes out to Mike.
Is this Mike with purple hair?
Yeah.
Mike-
Mike Purple.
Mike Purple?
Great guitar player.
I never got lobbed at... Oh, I remember...
Deep Mike Purple.
We used to drive by the old girls' school on the way home,
Oh.
and they'd all be waiting because they got out.
I have another apple story.
So we finished. Our school finished at 3,
Yep.
and then I had to catch a bus home, and that was like a 40-minute bus ride. And as we're going by the old girls' school we passed, finished at 3:30. So whenever we drive by, they'd be waiting for the bus, and like assholes at the back would just lob food and stuff at them.
fucking
just like
girls.
water bottles and like.
Speaking of lobbing food at girls.
Oh god.
There was a school fete, like a carnival day, whatever. And there was 2 jumping castles side by side. There was like a really small one for the little kids, and then like a bigger one. So all the students were going on like the same one.
Yeah.
And so there was like a big group of girls that were waiting in line, so that they could have it all to themselves. So like there were, like 10 of them or something on there.
Yeah.
And we walked past, and we were like, "Oh, like all the girls are in the thing." And then we like
Nice,
kept walking, and
dude.
Joey saw an apple core on the ground.
Oh,
my friend, and it was a really good throw. It was like 30 meters away. He just picked up this apple and just like the perfect, like what's a movie where a person throws a thing and it's perfect? Major League. The guy throws it.
Well, I haven't seen it.
He throws it, and it's like this arc, and it just lands perfectly, and we just fucking run. We just turn and run.
Wait, that story was very non-specific. You hit what?
He just threw the apple into the jumping castle.
Oh.
With all the, so I assume he hit someone, and then we just turned and we're like,
That's tough.
I
just
ran
ran across the school.
I gotta be honest, that story was not great.
It was another Apple story. I'm trying to think of what Apple-related stories I have now.
Wait, is
It's
the
got
topic?
the energy of the other.
Do we have the
ones.
topic of what Apple stories?
Yeah,
you
what
have?
kind of apples did you
that's
throw at your
stories,
peers?
yeah.
Fuck. Any other Apple shenanigans?
I don't like cores of apples.
Oh.
The pips freak me out, so I always cut my apple.
Yeah.
I never eat it off the core. I always
Oh,
cut it
I
out.
like having apple
It freaks me
slices,
out. It
they're
freaks
really
me the fuck out. Also, I like the apple. Yeah, apple slices
Some
are nice
people
to
eat
eat.
the core.
Yeah, I know. It's they can't.
Yeah, well, those
it's
people-
Such a
weird.
different, like
No, I have a
pithy texture.
I have a weird, not phobia, but like pips freak me the fuck out.
That's a phobia.
Pips freak me out.
Do
dude.
they scare you?
No, they don't scare me, and it's not like because my grandmother did say when I was a kid
But
that
like, there's a
if you swallow a
feel.
pip, it'll grow inside you. And I never. Well, actually, I did
Hey,
believe her.
free
I did.
apples.
I did believe her for a few years, but then I grew up and I know. But maybe that's the.
Is that how you solve world hunger? You
Core
grow
of
trees
it?
inside people, so then they get the nutrients from the tree, and the tree gets nutrients from them. And
Yeah.
it's
And
just
it's
like,
like a
thing.
cyclical nature kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, sure. We call that tree sapaceae.
You just call it gut bacteria.
Called what? Tree sapaceae?
Tree sapaceae. That's
Oh
what we
yeah,
call it.
trisapishi.
Tree sapaceae.
I don't
So
like
you
that.
swallow any kind of fruit
Well,
that
it's
grows
real.
on a tree. You swallow the seed, the stomach acids and all that like amino and like kind of
You're just saying words you've seen in yogurt
blood
commercials.
capsules and stuff, like mixed with the seed, and the seed like lodges in your pit of the stomach. No pun intended. And then all the water you drink kind of splashes onto the pit,
Splashes onto the
and
pit.
and it mixes with the acids and the aminos and stuff. And then you're like,
Okay, do you want to break down what an amino is?
Yeah, the amino is like
You know good bacteria and bad
yeah,
bacteria.
it's like a combination of those two, and it provides the exact right nutrients for a tree to grow. So, like a tree would grow up, and then you get like a potato tree or a leek tree or a corn tree or something like that. And then it's
Potato tree doesn't exist. Leek tree doesn't exist. Corn tree does not exist.
and you go one of those corn seeds, and you put the corn seeds in, and it grows.
A kernel?
Yeah. And then
Which
that's
one,
how
Sanders
a
or
tree, and
otherwise?
that's how a tree, and that's how a tree grows. Yeah, that's the cycle. That's the water cycle.
This should have been on a business pitch episode.
It
Should
was,
have been
a
the
bit-
goldfish bowl.
The goldfish bowl. Oh, we should do another one of those. That was fun. That was a fun time.
Have you broken a teacher?
Have I broken a teacher?
100%.
Oh, you've broken a teacher?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I wasn't actually there in the lesson that she snapped, but I was like complicit in the build-up.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna say her name. That's awkward. But it was
Yeah.
our humanities teacher.
Okay.
And not a lot of people really took that seriously.
Yeah.
Like English and math, like people wanted to actually go into that, but humanities was like,
What was
do
that?
We really care.
Before what was that big one that we all like
Source?
a few classes went in together? Was it integrated studies or
Yeah.
something? Was that
There was
yeah?
integrated studies, and they called it something. There was like a stupid one.
It
It
gave
went
them
to
a-
city experience. You know that?
Yeah, we went that was fun for us because it was just like a period of over a month where like each class would just go into the city and walk around and
I
do
remember
stuff.
having a bit.
Anyway,
of that.
sorry to
I
derail
just
you.
played laser tag every week.
Oh shit! All right,
Yeah.
is this Essendon Grammar? Is that where you went? Where'd you go?
St. Bernard's.
St. Bernard. Was that in near
Isn't that a
Essendon?
type of dog?
No. Oh yeah, it was.
He was a flea, and he would go onto a St. Bernard. That's where he would learn.
That's where you learn. Oh yeah.
So what about this humanities teacher?
Yeah, she was just like I had the feeling she was like a bit unstable, and like we had some rowdy kids in our class.
Perfect for teaching.
So there was I know, right? And there was one day where I was coming back from my saxophone lesson. Ladies,
God, you're cool.
I used to be cool. I
Jesus.
don't play anymore.
Jesus
I had my shoulder length hair and my saxophone.
Woo!
I was jazz incarnate. No, and yeah, so I was like, because it went like at the start of the period, you just go to your lesson, and like if it ended early, like went to the last 5 minutes of your class, whatever. And I
Yeah.
was walking down the hallway, and I just heard like, ah! A scream, and then just a slam, and I just walked in the door. I was like, She was standing there, she'd thrown her books down and had tears like on her face, and everyone was just sitting there silently, like a few people snickering. And I just like opened the door. It's like silent, like like Kramer, like into the room, like
Oh no!
But yeah, I just walked in. I was like,
Is your double take your bag?
I just like sort of stopped in the doorway. I was like, what happened? Or like,
Yeah.
how are we doing?
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
everyone? How was class?
Oh
Like,
god!
yeah, it was very awkward.
Yeah, I remember we had to do an elective language in year 7 to 9, and I chose French. In that first 2 years, we had 5 different French teachers.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
So no one took the class seriously because every semester, every term, every semester,
Did you ever learn anything?
we just get a new teacher and it'd be the same thing. So
They'd be like, oh, we'll go back over the basics.
yeah. So those classes were just cop out. And so the teachers stand there trying to teach, and we're like, yeah, you've come into a losing battle here because it was brutal. I don't know how like.
Was that Mrs. W that was the...
I don't remember their names. Okay. There was French was a stupid waste of time.
That was the one that we'd always fuck with the most.
Yeah, that was a waste of time.
It's always the substitute teachers.
Oh man,
I don't know how you make a living and not go insane being a substitute teacher.
I remember a substitute teacher, Mr.
Sure, I'll beep that. You'll beep that.
Can I say his full name then?
No, yeah, sure.
And he would carry a big like one of those like expanding briefcases just full of word finds, and so whenever you turn up to a class, like you'd expect your teacher to walk in. Mr. walks in, you'd be like, "Hey, it's gonna be 35, 40 minutes of word finds."
Nice,
they just hand out word finds. You'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" It's just like
that's what you have to do. You have to accept your role
Yeah.
as a substitute teacher and just have fun with it, or else
Yeah.
you're gonna go insane.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Whatever his name is.
Mr. Tanyan. Yeah, he was a legend.
He does sound like a good guy.
Do you remember Mr.
No.
Oh my god. A friend of mine years later said that he was supposedly a successful like philanthropist and had like houses in like the Greek Isles and all this shit, like had houses, but he was like
And he's a substitute teacher.
yeah, like I'm like this can't be true because he's teaching in Williamstown High School.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Whatever. We had him for a couple of classes at the senior campus, and he was just like this dude who would suddenly snap and like start yelling at you. But he's like he was like trying to be a coach and like Coach Carter, like in one of those movies where he's like trying to be inspirational by yelling at you.
Yeah, or like
But there
Matthew
was-
Perry.
Yeah, but, yeah. I just agreed. I don't know. But there was
He was
one
in one movie where he was, yeah, you know the one.
There was one free period we had where it was like Fergus, like a few friends of mine sitting at a bench, and Fergus was like a fun guy in class, like always talking, and they had a bit of a rapport, like him and Mr. And we were like, and he walked out of the
was this a sub?
Staff. Yeah.
Okay,
He walked out of the staff room. We were like, oh, like he waved to him, and he just turned and waved like to me and to Fergus, and then just took his finger and just ran it across his throat at Fergus, and then just smiled and kept walking. And I was like, dude, you have to leave. Like, he's going to kill you.
Jeez, that's pretty funny.
It was terrifying.
That's pretty funny. Wow, what a nice episode.
That was nice.
That was not too crazy, pretty civil. It was just a nice
It wasn't
convo.
crass.
Who's yanking out a topic this time?
I am.
Huey.
I've made it so.
We got to write some more on there. That's
Oh my
right.
lord, that's a tight fit.
It's a real tight hole.
I just said it wasn't crass. All right.
What is the topic for next week?
The topic for next week is, what would your survival tactic be in prison?
Oh,
So,
that's crazy.
we ended with that last week.
That's
With
crazy. Oh, did we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You just reached orgasm.
In about half an hour, I always just burp. I burp on cue every half an hour. What you got going on in the next coming few days that is fun that you want to talk about? Nothing. All right.
Yeah, I'm working.
Nice, dude. Josh.
We're playing Dungeons. We're playing Dungeon World.
Oh, I gotta write some D&D stuff. I'm dungeon mastering. What a good fun that is. If you haven't dungeon mastered, get on it.
Get on it. It's good fun.
It's actually
It's a hit with the ladies.
We've done 2 sessions now, and this is my first time dungeon mastering. And last week, the first time I prepared a bunch of stuff, and so we followed that, and we got to the end. It was like 6 hours, and we got to the end of what I'd written. And then we did it again, and I'd written a fair few stuff, but I was trying to pad it out, and the amount of like mental balls you have to juggle as a dungeon master is insane. And I was so fatigued afterwards.
So,
what are you looking for?
I
What have
made
you
a
done?
nunchuck out of these blue tacks.
What have you
And
done?
I was spinning it, and then the end of the nunchuck. flew
God,
off.
do you have ADHD?
that is
Oh, yeah, we found it.
Great. He found his
Now it looks like a
nunchuck
sperm.
blue tack. Nice,
like a
dude.
blue sperm, but
Take a-
really big.
That is
That's
a
how
big, pretty
baby's
big
made.
sperm. And that's it. Great for that visual bit. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we should record
What?
of D&D.
D&D?
Yeah.
Are we funny enough?
No.
No.
Yeah, cool. See you later, guys. No, that's too downbeat. I don't want to end like that. That makes me sad. No. I want to be happy.
We need one of those.
Like a slide whistle?
Yeah.
A slide whistle? Slide whistles are the funnest instrument. Do you not reckon? Do you not agree with me?
What?
You're reaching for the...
I think we should just
Are you going to
go-
about to stop
this is a good
recording?
place to just-
What are you talking about?
It's better this way.
Are we
I'm
just
just-
going to
I'm
end on a
just gonna-
down...
just gonna think about what the
Close your eyes. Just
funnest
think about
instrument
something
is.
nice.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. He's closed my eyes. Oh, the rag. The rag.
Just.
Don't you like not make noise when you get chloroform? Is he getting chloroform?
That's alright. Sleep now. Sleep. Yeah, only dream.
It's like a parable for how the audience is feeling.
your old pal, Jay Shizzle. You know who calls me that? My personal friends, and I count you guys among them, because you listen to my sweet-ass potty. That's right, I abbreviate things. I'm a little cool gentleman. Gentle. Shit. Fuck. I'm a cool gentle. A CG, if you will. And you know what goes on my CV? This potty. And you can contact me about how much you love it at the email address don'texpectanythingpodcast@gmail.com. And I abbreviate that to @DEA podcast for the faces, the instas, the twits. You can find us on YouTube. That's just me saying that in a weird voice. That's not an abbreviation. YouTube. The YT for you young teens. And we're on SoundCloud too. We abbreviate that to SoundCloud. Nice old SoundCloud. It's where there was...